It's Henry Contreras, Henry Loco Contreras. I haven't made a video in a little while. Just let you know where I'm at, some of my projects I got going on. I'm currently working on a logo that I really can't say what it's for, but I'm pretty excited about it. But I'll have to keep that under wraps until it gets approved and it gets put out. But anyway, I've got that going on. Plus, I'm working on a project right now where I'm actually kind of going back to the way things were done as far as screen printing and the artwork and the separation, the film positive. Because I came up in this trade where you used to have to use a graphic arts camera and you used to have to paste up by hand. This is all before computers were to where they are now, where you can pretty much do it all on a computer. And a lot of that craftsmanship from back in the day is, pretty much obsolete. So anyway, I had found a roll of rubylith that I thought I lost it. I looked for it several times and I just could not find it. But I found it, and this was a few months back. Didn't really know what I was going to do with it, but I wanted to do something with it. Just wasn't sure what at the time. So anyway, I was at work on my lunch break, and I just started doodling. I just started just drawing, whatever. And sometimes I like just drawing just different shapes and kind of see where it goes. Like where I just start in the middle and kind of work my way out and just kind of see what happens. And it's so I did one and I really liked it, and I did it when I drew it originally. It was probably about 3 by 3, So then I brought it home and I decided I was gonna clean it up, So I blew it up to fit in an 8.5 by 11 inch page, and then from there I retraced it with tracing paper and micron pens, and getting it as clean as I can. Some areas I just use my hand, and other areas I use rulers, just cleaning it up, as best I could at that size. So then once that was done, I took that and I got it enlarged to like somewhere around 18 by 18. And then that's where the rubylith came into place, because if I wanted to do it, simple and easy, I could have just got that 8.5 by 11 inch that I retraced, scanned it in, or took a nice quality photo of it, and then just blew that up to size and made my film positive. That's what I could have did. But I said, what, I'm gonna follow this through, because the project kind of took on its own thing, and I kind of just let that happen. I didn't really plan on what I was going to do the next step or anything. I just kind of just let it happen as it happened. So so once I enlarged it to around 18 by 18, that's where I got the rubylith, and I started hand cutting it. And that took a little while, and I got that done, and then I stepped back and looked at it, and I don't know, it just didn't feel quite done for me. It looked nice, but it just had those empty corners. I guess that's what was bugging me. So just to kind of see what it would look like, I took a picture of the 8.5 by 11, put it in Photoshop, and kind of started adding some of my own drawings in the corners. But that's where I kind of caught myself, where it just started to, at least to me, started to kind of take on a more of a digital feel to it, and it wasn't as organic as it was when I was sitting there drawing it and hand cutting it, So it kind of I ditched that. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. It's not working for me, So plus it's my own art and it's my own project. But I caught myself because I designed, on the computer all day at work, and it's all about speed. It's all about how fast you can get it done, and I'm pretty quick. But I kind of caught myself doing that. I kind of caught myself, you know, just trying to get it done fast. That kind of triggered in my head. So anyway, I realized that, you know, this project is not about how fast I can get the artwork done. It's just kind of letting it happen at its own pace, you know, and just kind of sit back and let it happen. So that's what I did. So when I got the bigger 18 by 18, I got like 3 of them, and then in one of the corners, I just started pencil sketching, you know, with blue pencil, and then something happened where I just kind of like said, you know what, just let your hand go, just let it flow and quit hesitating. So that's what I did. I just kind of boom, I just started sketching and drawing, and I came up with something I liked, and then I got the rubylith, and then after I did that, I inked it in, even though I didn't have to. You know, I could have just inked in the outline of it and then cut from there. But I said, no, I'm gonna keep going with this, kind of the old school way. So I'd sit there and I filled it all in. You know, filled in all the artwork, by hand. And then from there, I was able to like just rotate it. You know, like here's one corner, then find the center, rotate it, and then cut out that one, and then rotate it again. You know, just get all 4 corners. So I did that. I rotated and hand cut. So it's all done as far as cutting. All the cutting is done. But then now the next step is for me to screen print it. And this size that I'm going to screen print is bigger than what I normally do. You know, normally I stay kind of within like a 13 by 13 or 14 by 14, somewhere in there. That's the size that I'm kind of, all my equipment is kind of ready for. So now I'm going out of that size, so I have to redo stuff, and that's okay. I'm not gonna let that stop me. I got myself some bigger frames. I got some mesh. You know, because I got to hand stretch the screens. I got myself a scoop coater to coat my emulsion that's wide, it's 24-inch wide. And now I just need to get a squeegee that's about 24-inch wide. So that's a whole nother process. That's another whole ball of wax that I got to get things ready and prepared, and but it's become a real cool project. You know, it's kind of brought back some of the, whatever you want to call it, the analog way, or the, I didn't really mean to do this, but it just seems like I want to do it without the computer programs, and the only thing I'm really doing is making Xerox copies bigger or smaller, So I'm going to follow it all the way through, and just kind of let you know where I'm at with this. So that's all I got for today. All right, have a good day.